So welcome back to JB Reviews. So I have what's called a grill cover. Now, when I bought this truck, I was kind of under the impression that because you have the active grill shutters built into the grill, you were no longer going to need a grill cover. Well, when I bought this truck, I saw that there was a option to have a grill cover, and I was kind of surprised to see that. Now, it's 25, actually it's 28 degrees right now, and I want to show you guys pretty much my temperatures for the coolant and for the oil. I have my trailer back there right now, and I want to show you guys how warm everything is right now, okay? Okay, so we've been driving now for about 10 or 15 minutes so far, and as you guys can see, the temperatures are still about 190 to 185, so this should give us a good benchmark of where the temperatures are going to be when I put the grill cover on. I don't know how to put it on, by the way, so I have to figure that out because I have not done so yet. Last year, I did not drive this truck that much during the winter time, and I just didn't really feel the need to put it on. I probably drove maybe 1,500 miles last winter season, so this year, because I have this new trailer, I'll probably take the truck out more. I never said this out loud, but I hate driving this truck when it snows because I don't like to put roll salt under this truck. Now, I will say, my other Ram I did drive, and I forgot to wash my truck after a couple months, and it didn't have any rust under it, so when I rinsed it all out, and I'm talking about my 2018 Ram that I own, there wasn't any rust on it, so, I mean, I'm not really too concerned. As long as you keep it clean on the underbody, you shouldn't have any problems, but let's go ahead and stop. I'm gonna go ahead and get that grill cover on. I'm gonna see how to put it on first, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. And like I said, I'll show you guys a test of what the temperatures are going to be with it on too. All right. And right now, you can see, I mean, the temperatures are just kind of fluctuating, you know, from about 186 to about 190. And I mean, like I said, you want it to be more consistent. You don't want the cooling system to be working hard while you're towing. Of course, it's going to rob you from fuel economy. So you want to try to keep the temperatures consistent. All right. And the temperature is still pretty much the same at 28 degrees. I got somebody driving really slow in front of me right now too, so I gotta pass them. One thing I do recommend, I just turned my truck off. I normally let my truck idle down about 30 seconds before I turn it off, just so some oil can run through my turbo. And the reason why I do that is you want that turbo to kind of cool off, especially if you're towing something like this. Now, it's cold outside today. I've only been towing for about 30 minutes, so I'm not too concerned. So 30 seconds is good. Now, when I'm towing my fifth wheel and it's 90, 100 degrees outside, I like let it idle down for like 2 or 3 minutes. So that's just a recommendation I always have. But overall, I mean, this engine bay is not that warm, and it's mainly because, like I said, it's 30 degrees outside where I'm at right now, and there's no engine cover on. So you can kind of see the active grill shutters inside right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my engine cover. Let's see. I still got to take these race ramps back. If you've watched my videos, I have not gotten around to doing that. I think I put it down here. And oh, actually it's right here. Okay, so let me go ahead and figure out how to do this. I didn't find anything online. I'm assuming that these hooks have to hook onto something on the front. I just don't know if I have to install something on the front grill or what, because this didn't come with any directions. Hopefully we can figure this out today, and then we can do a test to compare the temperatures. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I figured it out. So what you have to do, they do have these clips. I see I have one on right now. Let me see how easy it is to take it back off. All right, so it's pretty easy to take off. So what you have to do is, you see the hook there? All you have to do is just slip it in there. Okay, perfect. And then we'll do the same on this side. All right, so I'm doing it with the camera in my hand, so it's pretty easy. Now, I don't see any on the side. However, I do see 2 down here. So there's 2 up top. There's 2 on the side, on the passenger side, and 2 on the driver's side. So that's basically 6 clips. Now, as far as this bottom piece goes, I'm assuming these just kind of grab on, you know. This is actually a little bit easier to do on this truck because of my previous 2018 Ram. It was a older body style.
you had to drill holes for the bottom. So I didn't do that. I just tucked it in and I just let air get under there. So on this one here, I can basically cover the entire front of the truck. Now, you're not supposed to use this over 50 degrees, and if you do, you're supposed to open this. That way air can get in through the grill. So let's go ahead and get this thing on, and then we'll go from there. So there it is, guys. Grill cover is installed, and all I did now on the sides here, see, this one's a little bit easier to push in. Now I went from the bottom of this little tab piece that looks like this, I went up top and I slid it in on this side, and I'd probably recommend installing that first. So going on this side and then going on this side, slide it in, add the clips into the grill like so. There's two up top, as I mentioned. There's two on this side. Now, when you go to push these in, you'll hear like a clicking sound, basically. That way you know it's caught on there. It's nice and secure. And there's two more on this side. And again, same thing. Just push them on until you hear like a clicking sound like that. And like I said, they're on there nice and tight. I did miss these three down here, actually. So I got to restart this. Hold on. I didn't even see those. So I'm going to go ahead and undo this. These are actually really easy to put on. You just have to slide them on, basically. And there's four down here. So I'm gonna show you these clips since I gotta take them off anyways. So there's four on the bottom piece. And then you have, let's see, you have 1, 2, 3 that you have to put on this bottom piece here. All right, so I'm gonna put those 3 on, and I'm just gonna reclip the bottom, and then that's pretty much done. We'll get on the road, and we'll see if there's a difference in the temperatures. They should go up to about 198, 199. When I'm towing in 100-degree weather, the truck normally gets up to about 205. That's the hottest it'll get on like the coolant. And then sometimes the oil will get up to about 207, 208. But that's really good though. I mean, if you ever tow with a gas truck, you would know that those temperatures are really good. All right, so this kind of give you an idea. You hear that clicking sound? And you hear that one too? Those are really easy to get on too. This is actually a lot better than the previous generation. Now, I just noticed something. I don't know why Ram would do that. Why would they give us a grill cover and not allow this to be a cutout? Why would they do that? That's kind of stupid. But it's okay. Wow. So I have a camera right here. And you would think that they would have maybe made this clear or just made a cutout at the very least, but man, I guess I won't be able to use my 360 camera for wintertime. That kind of stinks. But nevertheless, I want to use this anyways, so I'm gonna just keep it on. I don't care. I don't really use those cameras anyways, but I like using it for when I'm parking this thing in a really tight spot. So, like I said, these are pretty easy. I'm gonna put the camera down. It's a little bit harder to get it to secure with the camera in my hands. You kind of have an idea of how it works. So let's go ahead and get this on and we'll get on the road. One last thing I just noticed. So you see how this is kind of exposed? I figure what you can do is you can just tuck this in. It's not secure, but at the very least, it covers the grill a little bit better. So, like I said, we'll stop and check it out when we get on the road too, to see how everything looks, make sure it stays on there. And like I said, we'll still be towing the trailer too. So I'll probably go maybe 20 miles down, 20 miles back, and then we'll check the temperatures as we drive, okay? Woo, it is cold. I need to get my gloves. Oh, they're right there. All right, guys, so right out of the gate, you can tell, look how much warmer the engine is. 206 coolant, 208 oil. I mean, I've only been driving for a few minutes, guys, and that's so much better. Now, I know that if you're not really used to diesel engines, diesels love heat. So you kind of need to use this because of that, and you're gonna get better fuel economy, because as you guys know, when it's cold like this, your engine's working a little bit harder. So this is so much better, and hopefully I did reset the fuel mileage, so I will give you a kind of like a before and after to give you an idea. I'm not going to give you the actual numbers. I'll just give you the difference of what I get, because I feel like it's kind of cutting into a video I haven't posted yet, so I apologize in advance. But nevertheless, like I said, this is definitely warmer. So when I stop, I'll show you guys the numbers. We'll check on the grill to make sure it's nice and secure, and that'll effectively end this video. So the temperature is now, the coolant's gonna be at 206, 208. It keeps fluctuating back between the two. It was at 210 at the highest, but the oil temp has been consistently about 217 to 218. So as you guys can see, the temperatures are definitely still within a good range. I don't know if RAM does show any type of like examples of normal temperatures, but this is definitely within spec of what you should be at, especially when you're towing the trailer. I probably would recommend opening the grill inserts on the grill there. That way you guys can, you know, let the engine breathe a little bit better. But apart from that, I mean, I feel like this is a really good thing to add onto your truck, especially when you have temperatures like this. Keep in mind, the engine grill cover is probably better suited for temperatures below freezing. Most people use the grill cover even up to like 50 degrees outside as a high, and then in that case you would definitely have to open up those inserts on the grill cover. But like I said, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. I'll be at my destination soon, but I'll show you guys the camera of how that grill cover is going to affect you. As you can see, temperature's going down a lot on the coolant. Oil temperature dropped down a little bit too. I was at a stoplight, so I got about 0.5 mpg better having the engine cover on, and I actually had to go through a city for a little bit too, because I had to turn around. I don't know why I went down 270 in Maryland, because I was going towards the city, so it took me a little bit longer to get out of the city to get back onto the highway. But I think I would probably have gotten almost an mpg better, so we'll just use those numbers for a good comparison, because I was going up some grades without the cover on. So here is a example of the backup camera. So you basically have it all blacked out right here because of that cover, basically. So you can kind of still see on your sides, and you can see out back, but like I said, I made this cut out a hole inside the cover, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't really necessarily need it, but it would be nice to have it when I'm going into a parking spot. The last thing I want to mention is the engine block heater. Now, the cord is in the front lower part of the grill. It's by the right front tow hook. This is the owner's manual, so be sure to pause this if you'd like to read all the way through it. And it does say down below to plug it in at least an hour before you're going to leave. I leave mine plugged in overnight. I haven't had any issues doing that. I don't recommend leaving it plugged in for weeks at a time, but I mean, hey, if you're doing it overnight, it shouldn't be a problem. I haven't had any issues for the last 2 trucks I've owned, so I hope this was helpful, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon. In case you were wondering, this is the unloaded temperatures too at 199 for coolant, and oil is going to be 210, and this is with the grill cover on too. I just wanted to show this to you before I ended the video, just in case you were interested.